Hello everyone, welcome back to another bottle digging adventure. So this is where the brambles were originally, all along here, and we're now cutting in through here and get to about here possibly. Not found anything yet, lots of little bits about from last time. Yeah, see you on the first find. Couple of minutes in, we're already hitting the water. We just had out a nice poison, just there, blue one that is. Just had this nice little green Lysol out, British All Mate Boots, good condition. Gigantic wall was just collapsing on us, and this little one fell out. PH Galloway MPS, Chemist London SE. We've got a few here coming out, guys. Let's see what they are. That's a nice little ink. Derby ink, all British. And then below it, we have this one. Doesn't. Oh, there we go. I've already got one of these. It's a Burgess M&M Pickles. And then we've got Patterson's. So we've got quite far. You've got the brambles here. That's all that's left of them. I think I'm going to attack them next. Got a few bits, I'll show you them in a minute. Hello everyone, welcome back. So today's a little bit of a bonus clip for you guys. Basically I'm going to show you some of the tools that I use to clean up the bottles. So here we have some really small bristles here, brushes, and some really fat ones. I mean, that's how long they are. They work on the majority of the bottles. I have this one for the bigger jars. Say for instance, like this one. If you look here, I've got it all in soak up at the minute. I wanted to show you a little bit about how I clean them up. Toothbrush, really easy. Let's take this bottle, go straight into them. Look, well, some of them they do. Tell a lie. That one it doesn't. So the smaller brushes would be used on them. But we've got like the inkwell that we found in the video. It'll go into that. It'll go into the inkwell, and it's not hard to get it all cleaned up. And from that, give it a little rinse and just go on the outside of it. That pretty simple, just outside soap water all the way around, underneath it, give it another dunk. Hey presto. And a lot of you thinking, what about the corners right down the bottom? So here we have the little bristles I just showed you. Majority of them you can get to with these bristles. You can get to this stuff down here. Sometimes you have to fold these little brushes over though. Right, so there's going to be quite a few people that don't like this one, what I'm about to show you, but it's effective and it works. So you rest on your bottles like that, bit of rest there, bit of wire wool, assuming it's not on the inside. If it's on the inside, yeah, which that is, then that goes into bleach. I've got a certain bleach I use, which is quite a high concentrate one, and it's quite strong. So this is a nice Gillard's and Co. that we got digging me and my mate, we go digging together. And this is how I'd clean it up, with toothbrushes, brushes, sometimes sandpaper. Well, this is a bit sick anyway, this one, so you just see how that rust just came straight off that. It's pretty simple, like, people love watching me do this. I should do this more often. People say it's therapeutic watching it. Around the top there, that. You give it a dunk and see what's in the inside. You can see it's quite dirty there on the inside. We'll go at it with this brush. We can try the bigger one I just showed you. This one. It's just cleans up really well. This has been in soak for just over 15 hours. But like I said, it's very simple. Stuff like that there. Let's see how he looks now. A little bit of rust is here. See if we can get that out. Well, this is how I do them, and it works for a lot of bottles. Let's get the bottom of that as well, rather than let some sunlight come through. Yeah, so the first part of this video is going to be quite short, because I had a sore throat, and yeah, clean that off again. I had a sore throat, I couldn't really talk too much. There we go. As you can see there, rust completely gone. Here's a bit more rust. It's completely gone. A lot of people say, how do you get rid of sickness in bottles? Well, you can't, unless you put it through a bottle tumbler, which costs a lot of money. These are nice bubbles here, aren't they? Look. They cost a lot of money to buy or to get someone to do it for you, and it's a lengthy process. So I don't have the time or the money to do that. So what I do is, when this is dry, it'll go all cloudy, obviously, because it's thick. You can see it already, can't you, with the light shining on it. And just a touch of baby oil on them, all the way around it, and it'll look still cloudy, but it comes up a lot. You know, you can still display it with a bit of cloud on it, and it won't look so bad. This ain't looking too bad. Be back with you. Right. So this is also one of my other big brushes. This is called a radiator brush, and it goes all the way along there. And that gets you right down to the bottom of very long bottles. If you can't quite reach them with that, then just a normal cane. A cane, I mean, you could wrap a little bit of wire wool around that and get it down the bottom. I always do my bottles with the soapy water, and then this one is just a rinse. So the one we just did, in for a rinse. So that's that one all cleaned up. London Gillard and Co. I thought it was Sun Limited. What I'll do is I'll leave that one to dry. I already had a go at this one this morning to try and clean it up. So this is partially clean. But like I say, with the rust here, hit it hard enough with the toothbrush, you can get it off. If not, you've got them little bits left. You need to use a bit of wire wool like that. The rust is gone completely. A bit of rust here at the bottom as well. We'll get that gone. And I'm going to use the big brush on this, the fat brush, shall I say. And this is just normal soapy water at the minute. It's not like I'll put any harsh chemicals in there yet. Sorry about them kids making all that noise. It's obviously school holidays and they're out playing. Prefer them to be out playing though than sitting on their laptops or tablets or computer games. You don't hear kids playing out anymore. They're always bloody on a tablet. This is a Burgess Pickle. You'll see this from the very video that I'm putting out today with this attached to it. That's it all cleaned up. Pretty much. It took that and a little go over it with the brush just before I started the video. All clean, top to bottom. Voila. Have a little look. Yeah guys, if you've enjoyed today's video, do hit like, comment, subscribe, hit that notification bell. See you on the next one.